Finally, One Piece, Chapter 1159 spoilers are here and they're nuts. Dragon shows up at God Valley in marine gear. The island is running a twisted tournament, and Rox's real name is revealed as Davy D. Xebec with a direct tie to Davy D. Jhones. The chapter is called Island of Fate, and it kicks off with the world reacting to Shaki getting kidnapped on Hachinosu, which puts God Valley under a microscope from pirates, nobles, and everyone in between. We jump back 38 years, and St. Figurlin Garling returns to God Valley not to talk, but to take, targeting the mothers of Shanks and Shamrock so he can drag their kids to the Holy Land like their property. In the middle of that crackdown, a red-haired woman gets beaten down and collapses in front of Dragon, begging him to save her children, which is the moment that obviously pushes him toward the path that will one day break from the Marines. Meanwhile, Kuma, Ginny, and Ivankov are being shipped in as slaves toward the same island, showing this event is a pipeline designed to chew people up and sell the pain. A young Morgan starts spreading the situation from the shadows, pushing God Valley news toward Pirate Island before the nobles can fully lock it down. On the way to the island, Rox crosses paths with Harold. They clash, and Harold deliberately throws the fight so Rox can keep going, which says a lot about how important this confrontation is supposed to be. Rox lays out why he's heading there at all. He sent Teach and Teach's mother home to keep them safe, and that home is God Valley, which instantly reframes this as a personal mission with horrifying timing. Then, we get the big reveal. Rox's true identity is Davy D. Xebec from a hidden Davy line, and that line traces back to Davy D. Jhones, turning old sea legend into straight-up bloodline lore. That means the locker idea behind Davy Jones isn't just a story anymore, it's a family concept, and this chapter makes that connection loud on purpose. The tournament on God Valley officially starts, and Shaki is presented as the main prize, which is an obvious magnet to pull the worst and most powerful people into the same arena. Down below, a young Teach is chained next to his mother among the captives, and that image sets up everything we know about how broken and driven he becomes later. Nobles bet like it's sport, Marines try to look like order in a mess they can't control, and pirates hover for leverage, while Garling keeps calling it order as he uses real people to boost his status. The dialogue around the event mentions a native hunting competition and a treasure that would impress the throne, and the safe read is that the prize isn't just treasure bloodlines and living assets are the point. The traitor angle tightens up too. Wang Ji is named as the one who killed Don Marlin and sold Shaki to the world government, turning Hachinosu into a delivery route to feed this tournament. You can also see why people are saying Dragon makes a move here, because his presence during this level of cruelty is clearly setting up the first real break between his values and marine policy. Let's talk the Davy connection and Teach, because this is where the theories stop being headcanon and start lining up with what's on the page. Davy Jones is an ancestor. Teach's body being different stops being a meme and starts sounding like design. The three-skulled Jolly Roger looks less like branding and more like a diagram. 3 rooms, multiple wills, and a body that can hold what it steals, which fits his insomnia and fruit hoarding eerily well. That slides cleanly into earlier hints about his special body, and the darkness fruit reading like a locker that drags and stores lines up with the Davy ancestry in a way that's tough to ignore. Rox meeting Harold and being allowed through tells you this whole situation is engineered to explode. If a warrior like Harold steps aside, it's because stopping it would only hide the truth, not fix anything. Garling's actions show what noble really means in this system: kidnap, beat, and brand families as assets while dressing it up in clean language, with Shanks and Shamrock's mothers as the most brutal examples. The treasure talk probably isn't about gold, because the throne doesn't care about coin as much as leverage, and the best leverage in this world has always been bloodlines and tools that control them. Quick cover note for anyone tracking it: Yamato is shown returning to the Flower Capital, a soft beat against the hard edge of what's happening at God Valley. The spoilery chatter also says there's no break next week, so this setup isn't idling, it's revving straight into the God Valley incident without pause. Pulling the chapter together, this is the picture: Dragon in marine colors at the moment his values crystallize, Shaki used as a lure to drag monsters and heroes onto the same stage, Garling exposing the Holy Land's real playbook in broad daylight, Rox walking in with a name that turns myth into receipts, and Teach's childhood explaining the hunger that never shuts off. The Davy lineage reveal might be the most important lore piece here because it connects the sea's oldest legend to the D initial and to the current age through Xebec and Teach in one clean motion. The tournament is basically a state confession disguised as sport, and with Morgans already pushing this out into the world, the cover-up is on the back foot before the battle even fully begins. If we're predicting the next step, expect Dragon to act, Rox to crash the board, and the treasure tease to point at a living target or a tool that manipulates Leniage, because that's what every line of dialogue is steering toward. Bottom line, Island of Fate is setting up the God Valley incident with Dragon's first real break, Shaky as the spark, Garling as the mask-off face of noble violence, Rox as the bridge from myth to reality, and Teach as the vault that's going to matter when this all comes due.